Hey YouTube, this is Steve from Average Joe's Fantasy Football. And we've got your Week 10 start and sit video for the tight end position. Again, always going to be based off of full PPR and half PPR. If it is a standard league, of course, hit us up in the comments down below. We'll be able to help answer any of those questions you guys do have for the tight end. Now, again, there are 4 teams on a bye. You've got the Patriots, Bengals, Ravens, and Jets. So obviously, you've got to account for those tight ends that are not playing. You're probably not playing most of these tight ends typically every week, except for maybe Mark Andrews when he's healthy, but that's about it. Now, these are your obvious starts at the tight end position. I only have 2 guys this week. I've got Travis Kelce, who is an obvious start every single week. And then, of course, I have TJ Hockenson. I love his play. I love the team that he's been traded to. That against the Lions, I think they're going to be an up-and-coming team eventually, hopefully, to make it more competitive. But I like this option for TJ Hockenson. Now, the first tight end I have as a good start this week is going to be Tyler Higbee versus the Cardinals. I understand if Higbee is benched on your team or even possibly in waivers. The QB concerns are there for sure. Obviously, we're not sure what's going to happen with Stafford. He's going to play. There's a good chance the backup plays. Plus, Higbee has been nothing but a dud since week 6. But the Cardinals do allow the most points to the tight end with 19.8 and 77 yards a game. Also allowing just under a tight end per game as well. They've allowed 7 touchdowns this season so far. Again, if Stafford is out, I actually do believe Higbee may be relied on a lot to help in the passing game. It might actually benefit him, but he's definitely somebody I'm considering starting this week if you have him, if you don't have a better option. Another tight end I like is Cade Otton versus the Seahawks. This is the early game being played in Germany this week at 9:30 a.m. Seahawks allow the second most points with 19.4 points and 76 yards a game as well. Otton has really come into his own this season. He's looked really good. The rookie's been receiving plenty of targets his way in a pass-heavy offense for Tampa. My only hesitation for him is that Cameron Brate may actually play and could come back and really kind of possibly hinder him in this performance. We'll see how that plays out, but I like Otton this week in this Germany game. I think it's going to be fantastic. Now, Cole Kmet is another tight end I have as a good start this week. Now, he's my sneaky start of the week. Lions do give up plenty of points to the tight end and yards. Kmet has shined ever since Fields really has become the playmaker that he's become the last few weeks. Now, I don't expect a huge performance out of him. Most of Kmet's points have come from the 3 touchdowns he's received in the last 2 games. But the Lions do allow 15.7 points and 65 yards to the tight end. So this defense is really, really dreadful. And if you don't really have a better option, I like Kmet as a good sneaky play this week. I think he's going to have a really good performance. He is going to rely on that red zone. So hopefully he gets that touchdown to help you guys get those double digits and higher. Now, tight end I'm going to sit this week. I've got a couple big names in here. I got Pat Freiermuth versus the Saints. Saints are the best against the tight end, only allowing 1 touchdown all season, which was last week to Isaiah Likely. On top of that, they have not allowed 10 points or higher at all in fantasy. Freiermuth is usually someone I would put as a clear start, but this week is really tough for him. You may have to play him due to the lack of options you may have, which I understand. But if you could possibly find somebody in the waivers that I mentioned in this start sit video, I would probably put them in instead of Muth. Now, Dalton Schultz is another tight end I'm sitting this week against the Packers. Packers hold tight ends to 8 points a game and only 24 yards allowed. Schultz has not been the tight end we all hoped due to quarterback issues, his own injury issues, and Dallas focusing really on the run. Injuries haven't helped either for sure for him. But I do believe the run game will continue to hurt him this week against Green Bay. I think they're going to try to control that game by keeping the Packers offense off. One bright light though, Packers have allowed 3 touchdowns to the tight end in the last 2 games, so there's a possibility of him shining, but I don't like Schultz this week if you have other options. Mike Gesicki is another tight end I'm not playing this week versus the Browns. Browns do a good job against the tight end, holding them to 8.6 points and only 45 yards. They have allowed 2 games of 10 points or more, and that's it. Otherwise, they hold tight ends like Freiermuth to 6 points, Gerald Everett to 1 point, Kyle Pitts to 3 points. Gesicki also isn't really a focal point in this offense, which is crazy because this is a very high-powered offense. They really use Gesicki in, I would say, the run blocking, even pass blocking if needed. I think there's better options for you. Now, as far as sleepers, I've got Evan Ingram versus the Chiefs. Now, Ingram I seem to have every week, either as a good start or a sleeper. And he's always been inconsistent. A lot of that has to do with, obviously, how Trevor Lawrence plays. Chiefs will force the Jaguars to pass a lot in this game, so that's why I like this option as a good sleeper. They also allow 14.1 points to the tight end and over 50 yards. I do like it. I like this matchup a lot. The Kansas City defense has a lot of vulnerability, and T-Law likes to use Ingram, especially in the red zone. So if Lawrence can play the way I think he can in this game, Evan Ingram should shine. Another tight end I have is Greg Dulcich versus the Titans. Titans allow 13.9 points and over 50 yards as well. And Dulcich has become a very solid starting tight end. He's averaged 12 points in the last 3 games, which is fantastic, especially as a starting tight end. That's the kind of performance you're looking for out of him. And I could see that as a similar performance this week. I like this matchup for the Denver Broncos. The Titans defense has struggled a lot. So those are my start, sits, and sleepers for the tight end position. If you guys do have questions, hit us up in the comments down below. If you guys haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button and that notification bell is on. And of course, hit the like button. It is greatly appreciated. We'll be answering any questions you have, not just tight end, but any other questions you have for your lineups. We'll be here to help answer those questions for you. If you guys haven't already, make sure you check out our start, sits for the quarterback, running back, and wide receiver video as well. That way we can help you guys get those lineups particularly well this week. If you guys do have other questions, hit us in the comments. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll check you guys out next time.